Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here at A1RV today with a pretty cool, ideal for traveling little 23-foot simple Class C that has some really nice upgrades on it. It's got about 35,300 miles, yeah, and about 30 hours on the generator. It was like all threes, and I had to kind of brain process that for a minute. And overall, I think this thing's great. Previous owner went through, added Roadmaster stabilizer bars, had all the brake shoes redone, there's triple solar panels on the roof of this. Overall, it's in really sharp shape. There's one big but. And I don't know that it's going to matter for some people, but it's not for me to decide if it's important for you. What I'm going to do is make sure you are educated on the but. And it's the reason, if you just look at it, at first you're like, that is like way below the price I would expect. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This RV does not have a normal RV title. This RV, unfortunately, was backed into a tree limb at one point. You see it right there. And the insurance company technically has totaled the RV because of that. Now, you can see that a very inexpensive seam tape job has been put up there, and frankly, it's probably going to hold just fine. It cracked the fiberglass, and it probably bent a piece of the aluminum within the structure in that back corner. There's no sign of damage inside. There's no water damage. There's none of those problems. So this is technically on a rebuilt title, since it is not the original clear manufacturing status anymore. Just the way things work around here anyway. I know it can vary state to state. So if that spooks you, you're like, I don't care. I can't feel comfortable with that now. We totally respect it. That's why I went out of my way to make sure you saw that first and foremost, so you know you could always get straight facts and a fair deal down here from our family-owned and operated outfit. But if you're like, man, all the stuff they did to this is exactly what I'm looking for. The money's right. I'll make it work. Stay tuned, because this is like 99% good news, this thing right here. You're gonna like it. And I think if I owned this RV, there's one thing I would do, and I don't even know if I would do it right away. If this has the old traditional incandescent bulbs, I think I'd upgrade to just some little LED slot ins. These light fixtures, they make LED replacements that you could just pop in there. And it's a tiny thing. It's fine. It's just, I think that it would help with some power usage. Although, with the solar package the previous owner put on top of us, I don't know what you got to worry about it. Now, this is a really common layout, and every time a motorhome with this layout comes in stock, whether it's down at Haylet RV or just a mile away over here at A1 RV, where we are selling this RV on behalf of the owner. That's the difference between the two locations. This is here on consignment. If you don't know what that means, basically, think of it like RV real estate. You know, that's kind of what we're looking at here. But anytime we get a layout like this in an RV, it's gone within like a week. There's like a waiting list of people for it, and for good reason. It's small, it's effective, you get the big cross breeze windows. It does a good job with storage given the space allowances here. The 7-foot ceiling does naturally open things up. You can see the central air up there. Naturally, like Class C's, you've got that forward overhead cab, so good for a small family or maybe some buddy traveling, like a little rig like this. 5,000-pound tow rating, you can put a little trailer behind it. You could do some dirt biking. You could take it to, say like a NASCAR infield race, something like that. Got your own little personal headboard there. Pretty good entertainment center on this too. That Vizio swings right out for some easy viewing. We are in a Chevy 4500 chassis, which again has about a 5,000-pound tow rating. And this is a simple series Class C. You're not going to see fancy pants electronics or anything like that up in here. It is a simple, straightforward van chassis, basically. But frankly, it's not bad. It's clean. It's not beat up. It's not scarred up. I love the carpetless cab area. So if you do, again, that NASCAR infield, for instance, those things are muddy, mucky. It is nice to be able to step in here and not track dirt through the whole rig. Speaking of seating, you see that individual swivel chair right there. And there are seat belts in that chair as well as in the dinette. It's just not always easy to see. A lot of times they're kind of tucked away when folks bring them in. Usually just hiding under the seats. So again, they included whatever storage they could And where you see a little bit of that over here, I like that countertop extension. I think that this kitchen really heavily benefits from something like that. You can see a couple drawers over there, some space below the sink. Hold on. Let me tap on this real quick. That is, yes, that is a stone cast sink. That is not a plastic sink, so that's rated for up to 500 degrees, which means, you know, you want to pour boiling water into it, no sweat. Our command center is right over here, which I think is a good place for it. It's away from where, like, say if you have a little kid with you or something, they're going to mess with it. Generator controls, water heater controls, water pump, that stuff right there. Pretty simple buttons and switches on this because it's a pretty simple series rig. They didn't have to get too overly complicated with it. It's a rear corner bed model, which means the bed's always available in transit because there's no slides in this rig. It's not a walk-around bed as a result, but a floor plan like this tends to be one that's usually used by one person very frequently. It's not that it wouldn't be permissible for couples, obviously, to take something like this out. It's just different RVs, different floor plans seem to have different attractions from different folks. 6 cubic foot, 2-way fridge over here. So if you're going to be, boondocking, you can always flip her over to propane. Let me close the bathroom door real quick so you can see you've got a couple dresser drawers on here. I like that little stopper too to keep the door handle from smashing stuff up. And some dedicated closet space right there, which is something a little coach like this very often lacks. Now, if you don't care for hanging storage, you could always shelve it and put some hanging storage in it. And again, I try to be fair. If I see little glitches, like the where the T-molding on the counters, if you're going to be really picky, there's a slight swell to some of this that I think is just natural over time. There's a little spot right here where the bathroom door, they installed their own little kind of slip latch lock, and it looks like maybe it cracked the sticker wrap on that trim fascia a little bit, but I mean that's the worst we're talking about. Something I haven't exactly figured out is these little wooden things above the toilet. It looks like they're kind of like Velcroed on the wall. I have not discerned their purpose. I'm not going to... Oh, I see what it is. I just noticed it. There you go. They have they created their own bathroom countertop extension that you could put right there. Okay, we're cooking with fire now. That makes sense. Porcelain foot flush stool, obviously extra counter space when you need it, or you just slide it right there when it's toilet time. Actually, that's really smart. And now that I've seen it, I'm really starting to wonder why more RVs don't have something like that. And I wish we had some direct sun exposure because the skin is gleaming. The tires look great. It's not beat up. And I don't know if the previous owners, I don't know if they continued to use it after they had the tree limb bump, or if they got spooked and went, maybe this ain't for us, Martha. Why is it always Martha when I say something? Sorry, I got distracted there. Anyway, I know that it's here, and I know that I see no reason why it's not capable of just hitting the gas and going down the road. Remember, the previous owner did some updates, like, again, that stability system, like the Roadmaster anti-sway bars to make it track nice and true down the road. And on this short wheelbase, because, it's a short model, it is going to be easy. It's just going to feel like you're driving a van. It's not going to feel like you're in something big and scary. The Cummins generator over here, Onan, doing a good job for us, keeping us off grid. You can see some preventative care maintenance measures, the mud dauber screens on your heat exhaust. And again, like I said, I wish it was like real bright and sunny out, but even so, you can still see the gleam off the fiberglass skin right there. 5,000 pound tow rating that I mentioned inside, but we're at the back of the RV, so it makes more sense now. I am a little surprised it doesn't have like a rear view camera system, but that's the kind of stuff we can assist you with down at Haylett RV. We can, even though this is at A1 RV, our sister store is only a mile away, so if you need some parts or service from that store down there, no sweat. We can wrap that all up into one thing, so you either write one check, calling the banker one time, doing whatever. I will get you a better look at the bump spot just a second. I want to take a look at how they really maximize the patio awning space on this one, and you can reach that awning button from the ground level. You don't have to climb in and out of the coach. Now, you've got one big chunk of storage under that rear corner bed, which is one of the very unsung benefits of a corner bed. You get a nice chunk of outside storage. You can see a full RV cover in here. Couple other little odds and ends too, like there are some tire covers. You see that little picnic table out there for some campsite picnic time. I mean, there's some really good things going on in here that you will enjoy the benefit of as the next owner. Now, like I said, we're going to take a look at the little bump in the night corner over here. And frankly, I've seen worse. I was quite surprised an insurance company totaled the RV over that. If you get up close to it in person, you can see a little crinkle in some of the fiberglass. But again, guys, I've seen so much worse that wasn't totaled. I wonder if the insurance agent was like a Friday, like, I don't want to do this. I'm going home. It's totaled. Best guess I got. Now up here on the roof, a couple nice aftermarket add-ons. And frankly, all the factory stuff looks fine up here. We'll see that in just a second. But obviously this big Winegard move-in view satellite kind of job up top here. See how it's all wired in? That was certainly not there from the factory. So wherever these folks parked, they had some good TV waiting for them. Then over here, I am not able to discern standing here the total wattage of solar panels that we're looking at right now. I suspect that is close to 300 watts. They don't quite look like a 100-watt panel each, but they don't look far off of it. So maybe they're 90 watters or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that that should be more than enough to be able to run the lights and fans and awning on this all you want, anytime you want. Beyond that, all the normal factory stuff, your seals, all those things, I don't see any problems here. Actually, if you notice, like, there's a couple little spots, like right there. There's a lighter colored little dab of sealant. That means that somebody was proactively doing touch-ups on here before they experienced a leak, which is exactly what you want to see in a used RV. Here's the thing. Other than that bump in the corner, which, don't get me wrong, that's a significant factor. I went out of my way to make sure you saw that first. But other than that, this thing would be gone in a day if we just published this video. And because of that bump, the money's righter in rain on this sucker. So if that sounds good to you, if you're okay with what you see, give us a call. If you need more information, if we need to do some more diving in, if you need more pictures or something, anything like that, we get it. It's a lot of money. We want to earn your business, not just get your business. There's a big difference right there. Pardon my muscle car, the 2013 Kia Soul. Whew. They just don't make them like that anymore because they quit making them after 2013 because they became 2014s. Anyway, you get the idea. Sorry. My point is, if you need anything, you let us know. We will dive in to the best of our ability. And if you can't feel confident in it, you shouldn't buy it. I think that's fair. And if that sounds good to you, give us a call. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylet camping. Have an A1 day. Whatever I normally say. I don't even know. Where am I standing right now? Have a good day, everybody.